So this was a case of acute anterior wall MI presented with acute ST elevation in the dead of the night, and we did an angiogram, and you can see that there is a total 100% LED cutoff from the osteoproximal region, and also that you can see that there is 80 to 90% of stenosis that is happening in the major OM. Alright, so my go-to wire is always a BMW wire, and even though this was a acute and chronic CTO case, we still opted for a BMW. Why did I say that this is a acute on chronic CTO case? And you can see very the collaterals that are getting filled from the right coronary artery towards the left side. I think one can appreciate it very clearly from here. And so anyways, this was a CDO case. Anyways, we did wire it with a BMW. Why a BMW or a workhorse wire? So that the risks of some intimal dissections or the wire going here and there and causing a perf is quite less with a workhorse wire. So we opted for a BMW wire straight away, and you can see a good thrombus load in the proximal to mid segment. This is we're trying to pre-dilate, but you can see that there is watermelon sealing of the balloon. I think this was a 2 by 15 mm balloon, and you can see that we did a slower inflation, and the watermelon sealing did not happen. And again, some pre-dilatation. After the pre-dilatation, we can see some flow in the LED, and we know that now we have to put in a stent, two stents, one in the mid to distal and one in the mid to almost till the ostium. So this is where we decided that we will go for a two stent strategy. I think this was better, but we would require a better flow. So we did go for a better flow, and we used a 2.5 mm balloon. So what we did is, because the flow was stopping, or the flow was not present when we tried to place the stent. So what we did was we placed the stent while giving the dye. We deployed the stent, and then we did a pre-dilatation of the proximal segment with the stent balloon. Alright, could not see, and yes, flow was achieved. This is a TIMI1 flow, not quite happy with the flow. There's a lot of thrombus here again, but anyways, this is a primary one. So we're putting a second stent in the proximal segment, and I think this is a good placement of the stent, and we inflated the stent right about here in the ostial region. You can see good stent flow. After this, we did we just came down with the stent balloon, and we did a high pressure inflation of the overlap segment. So this was the flow achieved. This was a TIMI2 and TIMI3 flow, but no blast is simple. This was a good I think flow that we achieved. So I always try and do a post dilatation, and there has been obviously say clearly that post dilatation was quite required, and yeah. We did some high pressure, 16 to 18 atmospheric pressure, post dilatation right about here, the ostial segment, definitely yes, and yeah, this one stent boost, yes. Now as we removed the balloon, not the balloon but the wire, when when we remove the wire, we can see that the flow was not what do you say achieved, and this was a little problematic. Why? Because before that, before when the wire was in place, the flow was all right. So definitely we want some interval somewhere, and when the wire was removed, the flap tried to cover it, but anyways, we were quite lucky that we could wire it again, and prompt recognition of the problem was also seen, and we did a small stent. It was 2.75 mm stent that we did, and after that I think this problem did not occur, and we were able to achieve a TB3 flow, and with good results. And I think patient did fairly well, and we discharged the patient after